In the oppressive heat of Kenya, a horrifying saga of corruption and brutality erupted on June 23, 2016, etching a scar on the nation's soul. Human rights lawyer Willie Kimani, a towering figure in his courtroom robes, fought relentlessly for the downtrodden, representing Boda Boda writer Josephat Mwenda against RogueCop Frederick Leleman. Mwenda, a resilient man whose life was shattered by a gunshot wound from Leleman's unprovoked rage during a 2015 motorbike unwarranted traffic stop, had dared to challenge the officer's brutality, only to become prey. With their loyal cab driver, Joseph Mururi, they left Mavoko law courts, oblivious to the nightmare closing in. Leleman, consumed by vengeful fury and cloaked in corrupt privilege, plotted their doom. As the trio drove away, police informant Peter Ngugi shadowed them, tipping off Leleman's accomplices, officers Leonard Mwangi, Stephen Shebere, and Sylvia Wanjiku. Their car was violently intercepted, the men seized, and their screams muffled in the claustrophobic terror of Syokimau Police Post's rusted container. Handcuffed and trembling, they scrawled desperate pleas on tissue paper, hurling it toward a passing motorbike rider from inside the container through a small crack. A cry for help that went unanswered as Rebecca, Mwenda's wife, dismissed the unknown calls, fearing a scammer's trick. Hours stretched into an abyss of dread as Leleman and Shebere, their voices chillingly detached, debated the grisly details of their execution. Strangulation, polythene bags, or worse. The rogue police officers could not agree. The men, bound and gagged, endured 3 hours of unimaginable torment before polythene suffocated their final gasp. Their bodies, savagely beaten and crammed into blood-streaked sacks, were discarded in the murky, crocodile-infested waters of Oldonyo Sabak River. 100 kilometers from Nairobi, a macabre disposal by officers who later sat down to a casual supper, believing their sins buried. But Kenya erupted in rage. The hashtag Justice for Willie movement uncovered the truth, forcing a reckoning. In 2023, Leleman faced a death sentence, while Shebere, Wanjiku, and Ngugi were condemned to decades behind bars. Yet the spectral echoes of Willie, Josephat, and Joseph linger, a haunting testament to Kenya's dark struggle with police brutality, where justice arrived too late for 3 souls devoured by a system gone monstrous. Can Kenya's police force ever reform to prevent such monstrous acts, or will the cycle of brutality continue to claim innocence?